Guys, today we will talk about few things, and we will talk about um, exceptions and errors in JavaScript. We will talk about how to throw errors and why we need it, and we will talk about scripts. If we will have time, we will try to install a new package, Mocha. It's a testing one. So let's start. As usual, I will create a new project. Today is lesson 10. And I will run Visual Studio. And I will close yesterday project. And I will open one. My bad. So first topic, errors in JavaScript. Actually errors exist in every language. Let me say app.js. And here is I will create, I will initialize our project. We have errors in every programming language. In Java we're calling it exceptions, but in many other languages we're calling it exceptions. But idea, what is the error or exception? That happens when we're making some kind of wrong operation. For example, very simple error when we will try to divide by 0. So let's create const a is equal to 7, const b is equal to 0, and I will try to divide one by other. So guys, you know, we cannot divide by 0. This is like mathematically not allowed. So I will try to do something with const c is equal to a divided by b. And this is kind of illegal operation. So let me run my program. And let me run. So why it's run it without any problem? Give me a second. So actually we should have error, but by somehow error doesn't happen. Why const a, const b? Again, something is, I will try to, 1 sec. It will be an, here is, okay, I will explain console. It will be NaN value. In JavaScript we have some kind of savers, like saving us, but anyway, like C will be NaN. I will show you. By the way, I didn't use, infinity, it's new value. Different, I didn't knew that. I expected that dividing by 0 should throw an exception, but okay, let's try a different example. My bad. Something new. Okay, I will create an array. Array of, like, let's say 3 numbers. 4, 7, and hello. Like 3 elements in this array. My bad. Okay, array is equal, and we have an array. So there are 3 elements. If I will try to invoke element with the index 5, we will be out of bounds. So let me console log, interesting, array, and I will will try element with the index 5. This is kinda not possible, but let's try it. What will happen? It's working again. Okay, so it's very hard to break it. But again, we have some wrong operation, you know, like, okay, I couldn't throw an exception, maybe some kind of protection, but okay, I will show you something different. You know, idea. Here is a problem, guys, here is a problem. Problem is next. I will explain the problem. Problem is next. Over here, we trying to get element with the index 5 which not exist. So here is, in that case, I will show you how we will throw an error. So idea, this is a wrong expression. I'm trying to get element which not exist in this array. So I want to throw an error. Let's make a condition. Interesting. So take a look. I will create a new variable and I will call it index. Const index is equal to 5. And I will try to use this index over here. So this, it's not throwing an error, but it's wrong. It should like make an error. I'm trying to get element of the array which not in the array. So what I'm going to do? First, I will compare. I will compare if. I will ask if. And over here I will check if 5 is if bigger or equal to the array dot length. This is wrong. So idea, guys, take a look what happens here. If 5 if index, my bad, if index bigger or equal to 5, bigger or equal to 3, we will throw an error. For example, index is equal to 3. That means we're trying to get element, fourth element of the array, which kinda we don't have. So here is I place it a small handler, which first checking if it's possible or not. So here is before printing element with the index, with the variable index, I want to check it. And here is I'm checking it. I asking if index is bigger or equal than array size. So if it's bigger or equal, I will throw an error. Take a look, guys. I will throw new error. So here is I'm throwing an error, and in the parentheses and in quotas I will explain what is wrong. For example, I will write a message. For example, the array length is array, for example, array has and here is array dot length elements, and index is out of bound, is out of bounds of array. So guys, here is I placing away, I'm throwing an error. Idea, I want to stop executing of my program at this moment. If somebody will try to get like idea, you have like in the movie theater, you have like 10 seats in first row. And if somebody will show the ticket with the seat number 11, something wrong. We should stop and throw an error. Program made something very bad. So over here I'm throwing an error. Let's see how it will work. I will save it and I will run it. So here is I have an error. I look here and I will run one more time. So here is I have an error, and take a look. We have an where is my explanation? On the here is a different, something different. Give me a second. Throw new error. One sec. I want to understand what is wrong, but
you run app1. You should run app.
Oh, my bad, guys. Okay, here is correct error. So take a look on this error. Thank you. So here is an explanation. I throw an error. This not happens, which I expected. I will show you how to do this better. So probably I will do something like that. Okay, cut. I will save in the variable. And I will try to print error message. Here is my bad. Here is an explanation. My bad. So this worked correctly. Again, take a look, guys. What happens here? Let's understand. I'm trying to print fifth element of the array. Array has only 3 elements. That means maximum allowed index is 2. So if I try to get fifth element, like not fifth, 6, because like it's index 5, this is wrong. So here is my if is checking that I cannot access to not existing element. Why? Because, for example, over here I can have undefined, and this is absolutely legit. If I will try to get element with the index 1, it will be undefined, and this is legit undefined. You see, I printed out undefined because second element of this array is really undefined. But if I trying to access element which not exist, for example, element with the index 3, it should throw an error. So if I will run now, I have an error, and here is an explanation. The array has 3 elements, and index 3 and index 3 is out of bounds of array. So here is we stopped our program because we don't want to execute a wrong program. We don't want to sell ticket on not existing seat. Here is we throwing an error. Same like in other languages we have problem with the dividing by 0, for example. But JavaScript looks like very liberal. It's just printing infinity and it's happy. That's kinda not good, but it is what it is. I just find it out, by the way. So guys, idea. We have a wrong operation and we throw an error. We want to stop our program at this moment because our program is working in a wrong way. Yes, this is first step. So when we have a problem, we throwing an error. Okay, now let's create a function. Let's create a small function which has this stuff. I will copy all this stuff and I will create a function. So I will call it print array element. So function print array element. So I want to print one of these 3 or whatever elements of this array. I want to print it. And I will take as a parameter index of the element which I want to print. For example, it will be index, or I will call it I. This is a function. So here is a function. And I will copy all this stuff inside the function. So here is, let's understand how this function is working. One sec. I will little bit format first, and here is we have all stuff is better formatted. Okay, Control S. So let's understand what we have now. We're taking I as a parameter of the function, and we will check this I with the array length, and I will place it here and here. If I is in proper range, we will print element. If I is in a wrong range, we will throw an error. It's pretty simple. So let me create a new helper function, helper.js, and I will copy this function to there. I will cut it and I will copy it to the helper file. So guys, this function, the only thing is here, and here is I will try to export a module export, sorry. I will explain. Here is some export. One sec. Right now JavaScript is in kind of transformation again. Later on I will show you a different possibilities how we can do this export, and right now sometimes it's a little bit complicated, but give me a second. I will just give me a second. I will just open something and really fast I will get it. Okay. Okay, module. My bad. Module export. Module export, and it will be equal to my print array element. Okay, this is correct. Module exports. This is correct. Good. I will save it, and I will place that we can see this function in this file. So again, what happens? We passing to this function a number. If this number is positive number, if this number is in range of the array, we will print this array element. If not, we will have a problem. So here is, I will try to export. Over here I will do const helper is equal to request good. And here is, I will try to call for this function. So take a look, guys. I will do helper dot print array, and I will pass, like for example, I will pass 1. If I will pass 1 and I will run this function, everything is good. Why? Oh, I didn't save, my bad. I'm sorry, I didn't save. So here it's printed element with the index 1, which is undefined. If I will pass 0 to this function, for example, I don't need this index. If I will pass 0 over here, I will print element with the index 0, I will print 3. So Control S, and I will print it. Good. 0.
Helper GS.
No, you don't need.
No?
You don't need. So I printed 4. JavaScript now in the process of transformation. And JavaScript, I will show you. I will show properly at Friday when we will install an super agent library. I will show the differences. And idea is that JavaScript is now moving to a new structure again. And this on the top, this require will be changed by different statement. We're calling it imports. But code, it will be absolutely the same, so don't worry about that. Code is absolutely the same. Just different things on the top and on the bottom. You see 3 dots over here, and we'll explain because this is a common JS, you see. Now a new structure we're calling ES6 models. It's okay, I will don't bother you right now. Later on, little by little, I will show you. So guys, again, let me make this array a little bit bigger. I will add some stuff like true. I will add -12, and I will save it. So I will make this array a little bit bigger. Why export default from yeah. So guys, if I will place over here, for example, 3 now is a legit index, and we will print element with the index 3, which is true. Yes. If I will like pass, here is 4, it's absolutely legit again, because now array has 5 elements and index 4 is absolutely correct, and we have -12. But if I will try to pass, if I will try to sell ticket on not existing seat 5, I will have problem. So if I try to sell it, I will have an exception. Here is I have an error or exception. Here is explanation. Error happens. The array has 5 elements. Guys, by the way, let little bit debug how it will go, how it will work. I want to show something interesting. Take a look. So I will do run and start debugging. We now stop it on this point. Now we're over here. Now I want to go inside the function, and I'm here, and I'm initializing array. Now in the variable r we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 whatever elements. Next step, I'm checking if I is equal to 5 is bigger or equal to 5, and this is correct, this is true. So if it's true, I will go inside the if condition, and over here first I will create a message and save in the error message, and after that, listen, I will throw an error. Take a look what happens next. After I'm throwing an error, we stopped our program. It's never will reach this console log because error happens. There are no program running after an error. We throw an error, we stopped our program. Program now stop it. Where we are? I don't know if I will do next step, like why it's not happens. Now you see it's before this, but we stop it because it's throw it exception, and we cannot run program after error. So guys, again, let's understand, when error happens, we stopping our program at this moment. Stop. Program not working anymore. Any questions so far, guys? No questions. Okay, let's continue. So how this function working, it's pretty clear. If I sending a wrong index, we will throw an error because we trying to do some illegal stuff. We throwing an error. Now, if I want not to stop my program, for example, I have after this function a next message, console log program, finish it. And let's imagine I must print this. I must print this message in any way. So here is we will talk about error handling. Idea is next. Sometimes error throw it not by your. In my case, guys, I throw it with error by myself. It happens. But sometimes error can be thrown by other libraries, different libraries, and you need to catch error. So idea is next. For example, I will create a new const index is equal to, for example, 3. And here is I will pass this index to this function as a parameter. Everything legit. It will pass, it will print the element with the index 3, it will print with true, everything is good. But if index will be equal to 10, we will have problem. But I want to finish my program anyway. For example, you are on the hiking in the forest and you want to Google something, but there are no network connection, and you're trying to Google, but there are no internet. So what you will see? Actually, what will happen, I will explain. Google Chrome is trying, no, Daniel, you're wrong. Google Chrome trying to connect to the internet, but there are no connection. And actually what's happened inside Google Chrome, it's throwing an error. And also, because when it's trying to connect, one small module which connecting to the internet is trying to connect, because second module asking for the information from the connection module, but connection module cannot connect to the internet. So first module throwing an error. It's saying I cannot connect, there are no network coverage. And second module needs to handle this error. Sometimes, like maybe 5 years ago, or maybe even 10 years ago, sometimes you're opening a programs on the mobile programs on the phone, and sometimes you're working and it's closing unexpectedly. Sometimes, like very rarely, but that happens. Why it's closing? Because exception happens. And this exception was not properly handled. So, if module A, for example, is throwing an exception, but we want to continue our program is working. So for example, when you're trying to use your browser in the out of network mode, it will write you, I don't have a connection right now, but as soon as we will connect to the network, I will send you this information. You will get some kind of this answer. So what happens? There are no network. This is a problem. And module A, first module, connection module, throwing an error. It's saying I cannot work. No internet. But module B, which were calling for module A. So this is module A, which will throw an error if no connection. But module B do not closing our browser. It's sending to user-friendly message. It's explaining, listen, I don't have internet connection, but as soon as I will get it back, I will find what you're searching for. So this is kinda, first module has an error, no internet, but second module catching this error. So let's see how it will work. Catching an error. So now I will save it. And now this program, guys, will throw an exception. I will run it and I have an exception. Here is an exception. Uncaught error. The array has 5 elements and index 10 is out of bounds of array. So this is explanation which I did over here. And my program is finished with the exit code 1, which I don't like. I want to handle the error. I want to say, okay, no internet connection, no big deal. Or, yes, we sold the seed on not existing place, but let's handle it. Let's find a better solution. So here is we need to catch an error. And over here I will show you how we catching errors. And in many languages we have so-called try catch model. So try, catch. So here is how try catch is working. In the try between these curly braces, I will place a dangerous code which can throw an exception. I will place this helper inside the try catch mode. I will place it over here. So guys, this is a dangerous code. This code can crash my program. My program will be crashed if I will run it without handling. So I covering it by try catch model. So what will happen if I will have an unsafe index 10, for example? Yes, I will run this code in the try mode, and if I will have an error, I will catch it. I will do something console log. And here I will print the problem. I hope I'm correct. So let's understand what happens here. I will save it. So guys, let me run it. we don't have. Take a look. Program finish it. So we finished our program without a problem. And here is, let's read what happens. We printed a message, we have a problem, but never mind. And here is explanation. The array has 5 elements and index 10 is out of bounds. So what happens? This function throwing an error. It's throwing an error because it has a problem. It has a problem, but module B saying, okay, it can have problems, but this is not end of the day. We will handle it. So we running this dangerous code in the try module, and if problem will happen, we will print these 2 lines of the code. But if problem is not exist, and for example I printing element with the index 1 and I will run it, I have no problem. I have no error message. I printed element undefined, and this is correct work. So let's understand what is going on. Potentially dangerous code we running in the sandbox. What is sandbox? Idea sandbox is a place where your kids playing. Kids can do anything in the sandbox, but when you will get out of sandbox, nothing bad will happen. All problem will stay in the sandbox. So our try module is a sandbox. It's a safe place where we running dangerous code. If we have problem in the sandbox, we will run a catch module. But if we don't have problem, this catch module will be skip it. So guys, we will listen, understand, we will use this try catch module more. So what you should understand from today, 2 things. First thing we want to understand that we can, in case of problem, we can throw an error. For example, throw new error is a command how we throwing an error. We throwing an error when something unacceptable happens. But try catch is a different thing. Try catch is the way how we can handle errors. So, for example, error happens in different library and it's throwing an error. But if I will run in the try catch mode, I can catch error and just say, okay, it's not a big deal. And we can, listen, finish the program successfully. If I will not run in the try catch, I will never print this message, because program will be stopped at this line. But if I have a sandbox, I have no problem. Any questions so far, guys?
Could you please explain here dot message? Where from it?
Okay, good question. So actually this error, it's pretty, let's say, pretty complicated stuff. If I will print it, I will print it. I will console log, but I will print it in a little bit different way. I will explain later about this command, little bit later. It's small tricks which allow us to show some invisible things. Oh, I didn't throw an error. 1 sec, because we don't have an error. Actually it's empty one. It's not very correct, guys. It's just not displayed. This error little bit harder structure, but when I tried to print it, it's interesting. It's printed. It's 1 sec. Okay, let's print without this. I will try to print like this. You see, it's printing empty object. But idea, okay, I will don't explain a long time. Erin, idea is next. So error dot message will get this message which we passing inside the error. This is kind of idea. Long story short, but this pretty big object, not very simple. Okay.
Спасибо.
So guys, I will repeat two things. In JavaScript, we have way to throw an error. This model must throw error because we're making some very wrong operation, but other model which using this model can run it in the try catch mode and catch the error. Guys, don't think that you need to understand it today. Don't worry about that. We will work with this and you will get it. Like after we will repeat many times, you will see how it's working. Don't worry. If you didn't understand like everything, don't worry about that. This is the first part which I wanted to talk today. Also, we have like a finally block, but actually I never use it. Frankly, never. Finally. So in the finally block, you making some, okay, we're running catch only in case if we have exception. If we don't have exception, we don't running catch. But finally, we will run in any case. Has the exception or not, we will run it in any case. But I don't think you will use it, but whatever. Finally block, we will run in any case. So have the exception or not, block finally will be run. So let me clear and I will run. So here is we have an exception. I will delete it. We have an exception, but run in any case is run. Now I will make I is index to equal 1 and I will say it, and we don't have exception right now. And we did not run the catch block, but we did run finally. Is it necessary? Maybe. Okay guys, this is kind of everything about error throwing and error handling in JavaScript. This is important stuff, but we will work on it little by little, so you will used to. Now, next thing I want to discuss with you is scripts. Take a look over here. Let's go to our project and let's go to the package.json. Over here we have scripts. How scripts working? That's a very interesting thing. So if I will run, take a look, I will run node, no, I will run npm test. It will run this program, this line. So what happens? I'm creating over here scripts which I can run. For example, I can make a script run, and this will work like that. So if I want to run my program, I will do npm run. So this is npm is the name of the running program. Run is the name of the script. So now I will run node app.js. So actually I will run my program right now. I'm running node app.js. What is wrong? One sec, I will clean. Okay, let me clean little bit clear and let me run npm test. So npm test this script, we running this script, take a look, echo, and it will print on the screen this stuff. Now I will run npm run. Actually npm run is a special program. Let me change run on x6 for example. npm x6, and this should run my program. npm, one second, I didn't save it, my bad. One sec. So here is npm run will run exact script, but test is an exclusion. It's a little bit different. So npm run x6 will run my program. You see, undefined, run in any case, blah blah blah. So what happens? We running Node.js app. So here is I printing this program. If I want to run a different script, for example, I want to run I will create a new program, for example, app1, I can create a new script. So here is, idea is next, take a look, understand guys. Here is, I can set a number of possible scripts which I can run, and I will use program npm run and script name, for example, test. But again, test is an exclusion. I can run test directly, I can do npm test. But for all other scripts, I will use npm run and script name. For example, x6. Okay, we will, guys, why I making this explanation right now. On the next lesson, Thursday, I will show you a testing library Mocha, and here is we will add new scripts, or I will update this test script how to run Mocha. We will run like very simple unit tests. I will show how it's working and how it's working together with the assertion library Chai. This is kind of a working in combination, because you already knew how working assertions expects. And now I will show together how it's working with the testing library Mocha. And here is we will do changes in the scripts. Sometimes, like, let me open like any. I will open in GitHub. Just let's open in GitHub. I will search for any node project, whatever, I don't care. Like I will search for like game, whatever, or GitHub, and I will search for JavaScript, and I will search for JavaScript MIT game, for example. And here is we have a package.json, and in package.json we have a by the way, we have dependencies, we have dev dependencies. So these dependencies we need for the development, these dependencies we need to run program, and we have a bunch of different scripts. So if I want to run this command, I will increase little bit font, guys, I understand. I will just share with you. I just find any first npm project, but I will share. You can see on your screen. So guys, what we have here, we have a bunch of different scripts. For example, dev node, server prod, serve, build. For example, to run this program lint, I need to print npm run lint. If I want to run these unit tests, I need to run npm run test :unit. If I want to run this, I need to run proper command. This is how it's working. So in the scripts section, we have some predefined scripts which will help us to run different stuff in our project. Run project, debug project, for example, run test, run unit test, run lint. Like here is a lot of different stuff. And we have a script section, and this is kind of a shortcut. I will run npm run format, and it will run ESLint -- fix. Any questions so far, guys? So we don't have lesson tomorrow. See you Thursday. Bye bye.